Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Four Squad Murder Mystery 2 tournament. This time, we're going to be having a one-on-one interview with our last year, 2024 Red Conference champion, Gio. Gio, how are you doing tonight, my guy?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Excited, of course. Back in the finals. It's going to be a great, of course, match between me and Prince, my opponent. Definitely can't wait to retain my title.
Now, yeah, we're back here once in the Red Conference finale. Of course, it's like we jumped back into a time machine and we went back to 2024. We have Gio and Prince back playing up against each other for the crown and the title of the Red Conference champion. As Gio last year, if you guys do not remember, was the conference champion, and now he's moving on to play against his rival from 5 years ago, Prince, once again in this stage of the conference finale for the second year in a row. So tonight, Gio, while I have you here, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions before we get into the actual battle between you and Prince this coming week. And for those of you guys, if you guys do not know what to tune in for this battle, go ahead and subscribe to us on Four Squad TV. We're going to be live streaming over there, ladies and gentlemen, so you guys can stay tuned and watch the onslaught for whoever's going to be the king in red. As you guys see right here on the table, the white table right here, we have the Red Conference trophy right there. That'll be going to whoever wins the best of two series between Gio and Prince. So we're going to see how that's going to go down. So, Joe, while I have you here, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Some of these questions are going to be pretty hard, and they're going to be little serious questions for the tournament. But my first question for you, Gio, is how do you feel about your performance overall so far in this tournament in the Red Conference?
Well, to be fair, I feel like I've been more balanced in this tournament than last season's tournament. I would say that because I feel like that last season I was mostly dominating with murderer kills, and I was struggling last season really with sheriff kills, in my opinion. But this season I'm more balanced, but the thing is, I am conceding a little bit too much than I should. We'll see. I mean, I think my overall performances were actually really, really good, especially against tough opponents, I would say, in my conference for sure, that were competitive. You know, beating Rohan, I think, was my last step really to see my way into the finals and into possibly, the big finals, to face either Reaper or GGU.
Now, I'm going to ask you another question. I'm satisfied by the way you answered that question. You are being honest with yourself and saying that so far this tournament you have conceded a lot of points to opponents and you're not looking forward to do that. The opponents you have faced have shocked you, per se for Rohan in the past matchup between you and him. He has shocked you with a couple of points here and there with some murder eliminations and some sheriff eliminations right there.
Yeah.
You are disappointed with that. I like your response to being really formally being honest with yourself that you have not been performing to the best of your ability so far. Yeah. Now my second question for you is, are you excited to play Prince again?
Oh, 100%. I mean, this whole rivalry goes back, since 2020, like you said in the beginning. It's great because, it was always back and forth between me and him until I started really dominating. And then I blew him out really 4-0, swept him last season. He's definitely a different player. Do I say that he's better than me? I don't think so. I don't think he's at my level yet, but he's definitely a player that could definitely do something in the future tournaments. I would say not now. I still think I am better. I still think I could win against him no matter what. I think that he has grown in terms of the qualities that he can do. I mean, obviously, it will be a difficult match against him for sure because it's a different format this season for the season's tournament. So let's see what happens. I mean, I'm really excited for it. I mean, it's a rivalry, but in my opinion, I closed that rivalry question. Is the rivalry over? For me, I still think it's over, but we'll see. It's a rematch. And listen, if he does win, I would say the rivalry would be on, but we'll see.
That's right. That's right. Like you said last year, and last year when I was also co-host Maddox last year after the post-game and pre-game show, Maddox did say last year, and I'm going to post a clip right here in the video. Maddox did say that the rivalry is over, and Maddox also feels like Prince, if he comes into next year's tournament. By the way, this is 2024. We're talking in terms of last year. He said that if Prince comes into next year's tournament, maybe he can be a better player and show you what he's really capable of as a Murder Mystery 2 player.
Next tournament, if Prince wants to play, he can, work on his skills and everything and try to be the better person and try to get his redemption for Gio.
So this is a bonus question. This is not on my notes. It's not on my script, but my question for you is, do you think Prince will be putting up a harder fight against you this year, or do you think you're going to continue on to dominate him?
This is a good question. I mean, listen, he has gotten better. I feel like that he will put up a better fight, but I still think I'm going to dominate against him. But I feel like that I think it's going to be the similar scenario between me and Rohan. I feel like it's going to be like that. It will be close in the beginning, but then I start to cruise control. I feel like when I cruise control, it's really over for anybody.
So right, it seems like this whole tournament you've taken the lead against everybody, and you've taken initiative and taken them down every single time. We'll see if that's going to
Yep.
be the case against you and Prince. Now, Gio, my next question for you is: what challenges do you expect while you face Prince in the Red Conference finale once again?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things that he has gotten better at. Definitely his throw kills. I feel like his throw kills have definitely gotten better. It's definitely going to be a challenge, definitely. So I would have to be on my A game. Definitely not give, make sure to not give him in terms of space. You know what I mean? I always have to keep my distance from him as well. But I really think that we need to, I would say in my corner, I would say get more sheriff eliminations really against him. And this is going to be, I think, the biggest challenge for me would be the sheriff kills to have that balance. And of course, I think with as me as a murderer, I feel like I'm really good. I've been good for the past last tournaments as well. So I think we can on my side. I think we could definitely overtake Prince for sure.
I'm glad that you feel like that's definitely self-confidence in yourself, and that's also one thing that Prince didn't have last year. As me and Maddox discussed, I watched over the clips many times, and I can put it right here. Many times last year, we agreed, me and Maddox, that the reason why Prince was losing these games, if you remember last year, the games were like 12-4, 12-5, 12-1, 12-0 in the final game to close out the Red Conference finale, and we just feel like the main reason why Prince was terrible that year, to say the for the least part, is that his confidence was not there.
If you want to win a tournament like this, you got to have confidence. You have to have that confidence mentality. Like I always say, always have confidence and mentality every single time. Doesn't matter if you're losing, doesn't matter if you're winning. You always have to have that confidence mentality.
My next question is, do you think coming to last year's conference finals against Prince, did you think you already had it in the bag? Or do you think it was going to be a challenge?
I still thought it was going to be a challenge because we always had that, like, before the tournament we did a friendly and I did beat him, but the thing is that it was closer than it was. Obviously, I still thought, but then I really swept him. I think that for me, that gave me even more confidence for the next tournament that I could even do better because I know that I would improve my whole skill set for the next year. It really has, I would say, my balance. It really has in this tournament. Obviously, I leaked a lot of points, but I think it's always going to happen in this new format anyway. But one thing I like this year is that my ability to come back from down. I think that's another big thing that we have to notice here is that the way that I was able to come back against Rohan when he was up 6-0 against me, and the way that I kept my composure and I kept going, and I overtook him and then I blew him out, shows that I might concede, but I'll come back and I'll score double the points, and I'll have the cruise control to win. It's one of the key things in this tournament for this new format, and it's working so far for me.
And you showed that you're definitely able to come back no matter how deep the deficit is out of your favor, and you showed that against Rohan, and you have now moved into the next round. Now, this next question for you is, last year I already asked you, did you think you had the Red Conference already in the bag when you knew you're facing Prince? Now, coming into this year's conference finale, once again, do you think you have this conference finale in the bag already, or do you think Prince has something awaiting for you?
Looking back, because I did do a lot of studying on Prince, I would say it would depend on how many points he could get against me. I feel like I will still dominate him. I am the favorite to win it again. Obviously, I think that for me, I still think I have it in the bag.
Okay, got you. Being really honest with yourself over there. Awesome. Now, you think that you have this in the bag, especially after last year's performance. I don't blame you for thinking like that, and I see why you're saying that. Now, my next question for you is: you already talked and said that you think this conference finale is already in the bag. We didn't even get to the first game yet, but now that you said that, are you already looking forward to the finals?
100%. Give me that rematch of Reaper.
Ooh, Reaper, you heard that? Gio said he wants that rematch against you after last year. Wow, that is
I feel like he has gotten weaker
really.
than last season. I feel like he was stronger last season.
Why do you think he got weaker this year?
The opponents that he has faced, not good. We'll see with GGU. GGU, he's under my wing, so we'll see.
GG also a big competitor so far in this tournament in the Blue Conference. First year in the tournament, and he's already in the conference finale. Let's see how he does against Reaper. Now, my next question for you, Gio, is who has been your toughest opponent so far in the tournament?
Rohan. I knew it was going to be tough against Rohan because I saw him get better, especially with his murder skills. His weakness point, in which I knew, was his sheriff. And the thing is that even though he was a good murderer, I still got a lot of shots off him for my for sheriff kills. So that's also a big plus. And I would say, as going up before warm up against Prince, after I really defeated Rohan, I feel like that I have the Red Conference in the bag now, because I feel like that he was the toughest opponent for me in the Red Conference.
That's awesome to hear from you. Now my next question for you, Gio, is also: is there anyone that you're really, really anxious to face going forward into this tournament? It can be in the Red Conference Finals right now, or it can be if you make it to the final stage of this tournament. Is there anybody that you're really anxious to play up against in this tournament?
It definitely will be Reaper. Reaper has shown, of course, in this tournament that his dominance again. I feel like that there is some weaknesses within this season than there was last season.
This next one is going to be really controversial. A lot of people think otherwise. Some people think that they agree with this. But do you think that last year's finals should have counted?
No.
Why do you say that?
I feel like if I was in a better mindset, I would have put up a better fight. It would have been 50-50.
I already know what you're going through that year in the finals.
Yeah.
I don't know if some of our new viewers to the tournament know what happened, but are you open to sharing what went on during last year's finals? Because people know.
Of course.
Know, but some people were assuming that some people were assuming that you went to the finals and you just collapsed, and that the same Gio they saw in the Red Conference was not the same Gio they saw at the final stage. Do you mind telling them what happened last year?
Yeah, no, so last year was a difficult period, I would say, in terms of the summer for me after I graduated. I mean, obviously, getting to the finals was a great achievement for me. Even, being a Red Conference champion is still a big achievement, but I had a lot of things going on in terms of I was going through a breakup with my ex-girlfriend. And then after that, my grandma basically died a couple days before the finals. So that really, I think, took a toll of me mentally with both situations, because, me and my ex-girlfriend, we were just arguing every single night. I barely got any sleep. And that really, of course, affected my confidence for sure. That's why I feel like I was really off, and that's why I said I have to step down. So that's why I said, listen, I give it to Reaper. He's done well. Yeah, no, I was going through a big, tough last summer. But I'm back. That's for sure, and I'm going to be coming back for what's mine, what's rightfully mine.
You guys heard that here. Gio said he's really motivated, and nothing's holding him back this year's tournament in 2025 to go ahead and take throne and be crowned as the best player for this year's tournament. We'll see if that's the case at the end of the Red Conference Finals. Now, Gio, my next question for you is: how confident will you be if you win the Red Conference again going into the finals against whoever you face?
I think if I beat Prince again, outstanding fashion, I feel like I'll be even more confident to beat Reaper than last season.
Wow. Awesome. Now, I hear you, Gio, keep saying Reaper in the finals and the Blue Conference Finals.
Or GGU. Or GGU.
Do you really think that you're going to get a U and Reaper finals again? Do you really think that's going to be the case?
It's going to be tough to say, because GGU really has to be on his A game. And this is his first tournament.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't know. I mean, I don't know what to expect from GGU, because I've versed him many times and I've defeated him a lot. You know what I mean? So going up against Reaper, it's going to be a different challenge for him. So let's see what happens. I mean, I'm curious to see. Obviously, GGU, I would say, is the underdog along with Prince. I would say that GGU can put up a more fight against Reaper. That's for sure.
Yeah, got you. Now, as a solid one right there, because I hear a lot of people saying Reaper and Gio in the finals again, and it looks like that may be the case, because Reaper is also in control, pure dominance of his conference as well as he was last year, just like how you have been in the Red Conference this year once again. Now, Gio, my final question for you. You pretty sure you answered this 79 times, but do you think you will win the finals this year?
I think I will win the finals this season. I think I'll be the new MM2 champion.
Wow. And when that does happen, what will the scenes look like?
It would be so, like, I finally taken what's mine and I took it away from Reaper.
Oh. Yeah.
And that would be the site where I feel like I would be nice, and then I'll have my nice celebration stream for sure.
That's right, because I know definitely, as one of your friends, I know it definitely pained you to lose the finals last year, because coming but this tournament, you've been an OG in the 4 squad for a long time. This tournament was first thought of and established in 2020, and we've been planning to have it for years. And last year we had the inaugural tournament, and I know going into the tournament, you really felt confident that you're going to take down everybody, that there was nobody going to stop you, that every obstacle that was in your way was just nothing but just trash cans and rubble. But then came Reaper out of nowhere on the first media day. First media day was not even in the 4 squad. Came to media day, and everybody didn't know what he was capable of, except for one person. If you remember, Chris last year, coming into media day, he said that Reaper's one of the most strongest players he's ever played against. And coming into the tournament as an unknown, nobody really expected much from him. Everybody knew that you were the best player going into the tournament, but Reaper came out of nowhere and just dominated everybody in the blue conference, then went all the way to the finals and showed that he is one of the best players. Do you think Reaper, my final question for you, do you think Reaper is still one of the best players, if not the best player in MM2 in the 4 squad?
Oh, for sure. I mean, some of the kills that he's done is unbelievable. It's shocking for sure. I would say when it comes to the best players of the M2, it will be definitely between me and him, for sure.
Well, I don't know how you're gonna answer this one, but do you think he's better than you?
Ooh, time will tell.
Time will tell.
We'll see. We'll see in the finals.
We'll see in the finals. Oh, I like you left us off on a cliffhanger right there. I like that one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have tonight. Well, that's all we have today after our interview with Gio going into the Red Conference Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in at 4 Squad TV on YouTube to tune in between the Red Conference Finals and the Blue Conference Finals. But mainly, stay tuned for the Red Conference Finals between Gio and Prince on 4 Squad TV. For more updates in the tournaments, stay tuned here at the 4 Squad _ group. Gio, it was a pleasure having you here tonight. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
See you in the battle of the red. Let's see who will be reigning in red at the end of the Red Conference Finals. See you guys next time.